Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we are doing our AI-only championship series here in Civilization 6, or Fall 2021, and we are on to the second chance rounds. I don't know, I never came up with a good name of it, for it at least. So anyways, we ended up getting through all of our second chance rounds, and so those 6 will move on to the knockout rounds, those 6 being Genghis Khan, we had Cree, we had Vietnam, we had Khmer, we had Scotland, and we have Gorgo with Greece. Now, we also had 6 civs that came in second place in those rounds, and so these 6 civs will be fighting for the remaining 4 spots in the knockout rounds. So we got Dido, we got Alexander, we got Wilhelmina, we got Hammurabi, we got Saladin, and we got Congo. So anyways, 4 of these civs will be moving on, so this isn't going to necessarily be like the most stressful one where, you know, oh no, you know, you're not doing that great. Like, pretty much every one of these civs is going to make on. I mean, well, what is it? 2/3 of these civs are actually going to be able to make it through. The other thing I'm going to mention is we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do something a little more like the finals with this. We're actually going to do 2 games, and we're going to do the added score out of the 2 games. So we'll do the max turns here at 315. And one of the things that's nice now with the Hall of Fame is we can get the exact score numbers. So I don't have to actually sit there and be like, oh God, I need to write the scores down and then hope that they're right. So what we can do is pop into the Hall of Fame and then actually add the scores there. So what that means is the top 4 civs, or at least the civs that have the highest combined score after the 2 games will then, or at least the 4 with the highest scores. My gosh, it's the first episode of the day. Forgive me, my brain's not there. But anyways, the 4 that have the highest combined score after both games will be moving on. The 2 without it will unfortunately miss the second chance. But hey, guess what? If you're rooting for one of these civs and they don't make it, you get 2 more games with them. So, you know, hey, congrats. Oh, we should bump that up to deity, shouldn't we? Haha. And then let's go ahead and save this too. Second chance. Okay, cool. Oh, we're on Primordial Map, I should mention, which is honestly one of my favorite ones. I think it's one of the best balanced maps. That being said, it might be too much room for the AI, but we'll see. Apocalypse Mode, Dramatic Age, Heroes, and Secret Societies. Still hadn't gone and changed the zombie one, so at some point we will get and fix that one. So I think that's everything for now. So we'll put a pause in here and we'll be back then as soon as we load in. So give me 1 minute. Okay, let's see how this map ended up shaking out. So, yeah, I mean, this is what I kind of like about the map is it's just like, it's a lot of landmass, but there's still a decent amount of water, but it's not like too much water. And generally, everyone gets more than enough room. Like, this is definitely one of my favorite maps to play on because I just never, like, rarely do I ever feel like I get completely screwed by my start, which is somewhat rare in a 4X game. Okay, so Dido spawned on the westernmost, I mean, it's kind of a pseudo-Pangea continent, but anyways, the westernmost port of the continent. We have Babylon smack dab in the middle. Netherlands are to the south there. Alexander's just east of Babylon. Okay, Babylon's got some room, but he's definitely going to be the one surrounded here. Then Spain is to the east, already having Alexander troops coming near, and then Arabia is the south. Isn't that just 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, actually, and that's super balanced. Look at this. We have 2 in the middle, we have 2 on the outside, and we have 2 in the bottom. Yeah, that's extraordinarily balanced. Except then we have this island here that just has nothing, and honestly is a little more beneficial for Dido. How did the continents work for Dido? So this is all Arctica. Arctic? Yeah, Arctica. Arctic? Arctica. The Arctic. Wait, Antarctica. Yeah, Arctica, right? My brain. So anyways, as long as she settles on the coast here, she's going to be full loyalty on all of that. This is also Arctica over there too, so she can go over there. Ooh, and we got a teleporter there. I love the Bermuda Triangle. It's just a fun little wonder. Stupid, but it's great. All right, that was a catastrophic explosion there. Ended up hurting the warrior. Even hit Wilhelmina's there a little bit. Wait, why are we so laggy? There's only 6 players. Are we doing something different with the game? No, everything's upgraded. I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. Anyway, so Alexander looks like he's at war with Spain, which, you know, is probably just a matter of time. Where is Spain up here? That's not Spain, Brian. That's Congo. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. I think Spain actually made it through, didn't they? Spain made it through in the first group. Yeah, they're in group stage 5. They made it through. Okay, sorry. I ended up having to change Congo's colors because it was identical to Saladin. I was just really confused there for a second. So he hasn't thrown down the third settler yet. I really don't want to have to restart this, so please go settle. Don't be broken here. Yeah, there's your war. So Alexander's going for some early aggression here. The funny thing is Congo actually has a higher troop count right now. So anyways, while this is happening, oh my gosh, Alexander is getting ninja'd here by Babylon. Oh no. Oh, and he ended up raising it. Oh, Alex, buddy. Oh, that was so horrible. But anyways, we're going to talk about, so what ends up happening if someone ends up winning the game? That is... Of course the game freezes. Why would the game not freeze? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and restart the game, and we'll be back in another friggin' second. All right, we're back. So before we were rudely interrupted, we were talking about, oh, well, okay, raising the town again, but we were talking about what happens if someone ends up winning. How are we going to calculate the score? Well, if I recall correctly, because we already talked about it once in this particular series, I think it was back when we had the Teddies and the Frances competing against each other, right? And I think we ended up deciding giving the winner 300 points extra to the score just for winning the game. Because the thing is, so like, if, for example, Babylon ended up ending the game at like turn 200, which, you know, is a super early win and would never happen. You know, that seems like a benefit. Like, they obviously would probably have the most points at that point, although maybe not. They might not even be winning depending on, you know, what kind of victory they end up doing. But the point is, you know, that might end up screwing them if the next game goes to 315 turns, because then that game they might not be doing as well, and then they kind of like punish themselves essentially for ending the game early. So I think ultimately we decided on, I think it was 300. If someone wants to remind me, or I'll just have to go back and watch myself and see what I ended up saying. But I think it was 300 is what we decided on. Because then we see someone win. Well, I remember we saw Rome win the diplomacy victory. I'm trying to remember. Did one of the Teddies win or something? I could have sworn we talked about it this time. Because I remember thinking 500, but I almost could swear that we ended up going in less than 500. So anyways, that'll be what will happen. I highly doubt that's going to happen, though. Although we are on a smaller map, so I don't know. Maybe with less players, it's more likely. No idea. So anyways, this was a big fat blat for Alexander. He ended up failing his war. He's still trying over here, and then he ended up losing one of his towns. Although he did get his town rebuilt, so I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world. He's still at war with Hammurabi. I don't know why Hammurabi just pulled all the way back. Yeah, Hammurabi was just like, nah, I'm good now. He raised the one town, and he was just like, I'm good. That was all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to go kill something, man. I just wanted to see the world burn, man. I had to destroy something beautiful. That was the line from Fight Club, wasn't it? I had to destroy something beautiful, I think it was. When, are you serious? Do we really crash again? OMG. Why does this game hate me? Dude, I'm just gonna be honest right now. I am very hated by my games. Like, these last like week or so, 2 weeks maybe, I've just not been having a good time with games. Like, we've been getting crashes, we've been getting horrible starts, we've been getting AI just absolutely kicking our butt. Like, man, I'm just like having some really bad luck when it comes to games, which is a strange thing to say, but my luck stat is very low right now for whatever reason. So all right, well, we'll be back in another second. 1 minute. I mean, the simple truth is, I actually have changed now, although it's still the Japanese guy talking. I changed it from the Japanese guy to the Chinese guy, or it might be a girl, I don't know. But anyways, I changed it to Chinese because the Japanese guy is starting to annoy me because I literally know like what he's saying, like, you know, mushi mushi. I don't know exactly what he's saying, but you know, there's certain words he's saying, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I've heard that like 6,000 times. So you know it's getting annoying, the restarts, when Brian is actually like having to change the language here. By the way, really interesting mountain range here. We're playing Primordial, so actually that makes sense there. But yeah, lots of volcanoes rolling around here. And Babylon actually is getting whacked by a couple of the volcanoes. But dude, I love Primordial. Oh, it's one of my favorite maps. This honestly is just so much better. Like highlands, wetlands, I don't know. They just never matched the fun of Primordial. Primordial I think it was the best original map they added to the game, which actually begs the question. I imagine that map you have to have Gathering Storm, right? I think that one would only come with Gathering Storm because you wouldn't have volcanoes and everything like that without Gathering Storm anyways, right? Because there were no volcanoes. Were there volcanoes pre-Gathering Storm? Oh my god, I actually don't remember. Okay, so Saladin got a couple wonders out. We didn't even look at the score yet because of all the crap. Hammurabi's in first place. Not exactly surprising. Really, the only thing we need to look at who's the bottom two. And right now, that's Alexander and Congo. Because remember, everyone makes it except the bottom two. So those are the only two we need to pay attention to. The funny thing is, those are the two that have been fighting since essentially almost turn 1. It was like turn 10 or something. That was a very early war. So really, if everyone else just kind of like agrees, does a gentleman's agreement not to kill each other, they'll be fine. Also, dude, look at Dido here. She is kicking butt right now. All of these cities are full loyalty. Every one of these cities is on the coast. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen the AI, because usually they always put down a really horrible city that's not on the coast. So like, I am like super impressed right now with Dido. That's amazing. I have never seen Dido play that well. Well, admittedly, she normally gets kind of screwed where, like, you know, it's like the continent splits right there, and so she doesn't really get many opportunities. I kind of need to play Dido. Man, I need to play this game again. It's been a minute. And, you know, having played or playing currently Dido in Old World, it's like, although, you know, I'm playing as Carthage, you know, which is more Civ 5, where here it's Phoenicia, which Phoenicia is like the overarching, and Carthage was like a city-state, right? If I recall correctly, something along those lines. But anyways, they're kind of the same, but also kind of not. Although, you know, what's funny about this is Dido doesn't have a brother-in-law who hates her. Actually, it's just a brother, right? Just a brother who murdered her husband. But hey, yeah, that's the one thing about Old World. It's like, oh, hey, I'm learning some more historical stuff. So that's nice. Oh, and speaking of which, Alexander's also in that game. Now, Babylon, wait, actually, isn't Babylon's in the game too? Yeah, Babylon is too. Although I don't think it's Hammurabi. No. Which battle? Who is it in Babylon? Babylon, Old World. It's Old World game. Video game. Civilization, Old World. Okay, who is Babylon? Babylon, Assyria is the one I keep thinking. Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that makes sense. Which Nebuchadnezzar's got to be before Hammurabi, right? Yeah, Nebi used to be the one in Civ 5, which I wonder why they didn't bring back Hammurabi's cool, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, I love Nebuchadnezzar. He was always cool, too. Let's actually look at Hammurabi. I don't know anything about him. Hammurabi. The name of the Babylon lives on despite its height 3,000 years ago, and the kings of Babylon, Hammurabi names, blah, blah, blah. First ruler of the Amorite dynasty. He succeeded relatively young. He began to continue his father's work. City walls. Okay. So when did he actually live then? So he lived in 1745 BC? Somewhere around there. When was Nebuchadnezzar? Nebuchadnezzar. Now, is it Nebuchadnezzar the second, I assume? He was 605 BC. Oh, so he was much later then. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. But Civ 5, Babylon, Civ 5 was Nebi, right? Civ 5 guide. Babylon, Civ 5. Okay, yeah, he was definitely in it. It was Nebuchadnezzar II. Okay, yeah. And Nebuchadnezzar II, let's just look at his thing here and make sure that was right. Yeah, 605 to 5. I didn't realize Nebuchadnezzar was that recent. Oh, interesting. So that's weird. So Babylon was around for like 2,000 years then? Or at least 1,000 years. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, that is psychotic, man. I mean, in a good way, but all right. So Saladin is trying to put an end to Alexander the Great's greatness. Will it happen? I mean, the fact that Alexander doesn't have walls is a very interesting dilemma for him. I would actually love it. Like, that's kind of things that you know, I think they should have added and could have added, which would have been really cool. Is like, you know, ex-Civ, like Mongolia, for example. Like, I think Age of Empires, how Mongolia can't really build too many like walls or anything like that. So it'd be kind of interesting if, like, you know, Mongolia couldn't build stone walls because, you know, they're just like, hey, they're more aggressive and stuff like that. Looks like he's gonna get the raise here. Alexander's about to pop out the Hittori. This not his first Hittori, but if he keeps the Hittori in the city, he should be fine. No, he moved the Hittori out to kill a unit. He has walls popping out in 2 turns. Actually looks like he's going to survive. So, all right, for once he's going to actually correctly survive. Who's at the bottom? Still the same 2. Honestly, like, remember, this is the best of 2. So, you know, losing this one isn't the worst thing in the world, like getting in the bottom two. You just kind of want to just make sure that you don't fall too far behind. Also, did not realize Matterhorn's here, which, oh yeah, that's just so sexy, dude, with the freaking, with the aluminum there. Oh, that's such a good Matterhorn, man. Now, if only this was a volcano. Oh yeah, that would be some really sexy Matterhorn stuff. Okay, so unfortunately, that means Saladin's going to be a little on the trap side here because he's not going to be able to grab any of this because there's now walls up. He does have swordsmen, but it's a bit late. Babylon just rolling around with trebuchets, you know, normal stuff here. And Borsippa was a Dido town? No. It got hit by the volcano. That's what happened. Okay, that's what happened. I was like, that does not sound like a Didanian, Carthaginian town. So it just got hit with the volcano there. Now, Karshamash is wide open for the taking. Remember, Ugarit and all this is all full loyalty. So here's the thing. Even if Dido ends up getting some Dark Ages here, she'll be completely fine. Carthage, again, dude, like none of her cities are going to flip. So she doesn't really have to worry about any of the Dark Age pressures, which is quite freaking awesome here. Now, she didn't get a Dark Age, which, I mean, no one should get a Dark Age in the first era unless something screws up. Yeah, okay, something screwed up for Saladin. Dude, does he not get a religion yet? Oh, he didn't get his religion yet. Makes sense. So Baghdad flipped, and I actually think that's going to go to Alex. Yep. It is. Not 100% surprising there, you know. Baghdad wouldn't have been around when Alexander the Great was around, right? No. When did Baghdad get formed? Baghdad, capital of Iraq, ancient capital of Iraq. When did it get founded, man? The site developed for millennia by the 8th century AD. There were Persians there. So that was in AD then. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it makes sense because, like, you know what, Iraq was, like, the birthplace of civilization. Wasn't that Africa? I don't remember. But anyways, obviously, I would assume Baghdad's on... Actually, I have no idea. Is Baghdad on a river? Baghdad. I know nothing about this other than, you know, America declaring war on it 1,000 times, but that's a whole nother story, which we're not going to get into. So it's not, yeah, it's on a river. Oh, it's on the Tigris. Okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. So is that the Euphrates right there? Which river is that? Yeah, that's the Euphrates. Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting. So, yeah, so there would have been people living there for thousands and generations. So, point being, I think Alexander probably at one point must have held that. That wouldn't be surprising, correct? Nah, that wouldn't be surprising in the least bit. Oh my gosh, spam calls. Leave me the freaking heck alone. Dude, it's like the same thing. It's like from the same area code every day, which is not even an Austin area code. But like, I made the mistake of answering the phone one time because I kept getting calls from the same number, which was just the dumbest thing. And now, like, I have blocked the number like 14 times, but they just slightly change it every time. So it's like a 737 area code, which I don't even know where that is. But it like changes the phone number like by just a couple digits every single time, and I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to answer you again. I think I even mentioned this, but they were like, I answered the phone and they like were talking really quick, like, blah, 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 blah. Can you confirm me your address? And I was like, who is this? Blah, 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 blah. Like he was talking purposely really fast. And I was like, no, I'm not going to confirm my address. Who is this? Like, you tell me who you are before I give you all my info. You know, pretty quickly he would have been like, we need your social security number as well before we can do anything. Been like, all right, well, have fun with that. Okay, we got Old Faithful here, which actually is one of the original ones, right? That's not a one of the new wonders. Sorry, the modded wonders. That's a better way to describe it. Not a whole lot happening here. We do have zombies down here with vampires down here. And Babylon's actually at war against Wilhelmina. Huh, interesting. What is with the lag, dude? Why is the frame rate so bad? Once again, I guess this map... Too much land on this map? Maybe it's all the natural disasters or something that's happening. Yeah, maybe. Dude, I'm pretty sure the Soothsayer just lit this entire forest on fire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did that. Which, admittedly, I don't mind. Like, if that's your forest, like, yeah, it's going to get some really sexiness. Mount Vesuvius is over here, too. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, that's a sexy Vesuvius, man. Unfortunately, no one really has it yet. So I don't think Babylon is going to have to worry too much about Wilhelmina. I don't think Wilhelmina is going to have to worry too much about Babylon, except she still doesn't have walls yet, which that might be a bit of a problem. Now, the thing is, I was going to say Dido might hop in on this. there's definitely a chance Dido hops in. And in fact, I'd say there's more than a chance looking at her military score compared to Hammurabi, unless she happens to be friendly with him, which they are not. So I think it's just a matter of time. Well, okay. It depends on if Babylon ends up sacrificing some troops. Right now, he's just losing 2 Rangers and a Trebuchet, which isn't going to count that much against the score, but yeah. We hadn't looked at any ones. Dido, ooh, Saladin actually really good on science, too. That's really good science for him. Hammurabi is half of that, so Hammurabi is about right there as well. Like... Whatever. We're not going to talk about how OP Hammurabi is in this game. I promise. Then 109, 105 there for Wilhelmina. So we had 2, well, and even Saladin. So we have 3 potential culture civs. Now, what's interesting, Saladin, okay, yeah, he's cruising up there. Oh, yeah, because it's still Alexander and Congo in the back, at the bottom, which is interesting. I don't think it'll stay that way, at least with Congo. Congo should be able to grab a bunch of stuff. And doesn't Congo get a bunch of great people as well? What's his culture at, though? Yeah, his culture's really, really bad for him. And it looks like he's currently at war with Saladin as well. We have the 3-person war going on here. Or is Saladin at war? Saladin's at war with Alexander. Is Alexander at war with both? Okay. Oh, and Hammurabi as well. Dude, he's at war on all 3 sides. Oh, that's crazy. But Hammurabi's at multiple wars as well. So, you know, we got a lot of warring, but not a whole lot's happening. There is a trebuchet here, but those are medieval walls, which, yeah, I don't think the trebuchet is going to be able to take them out. I don't think the trebuchet thinks it can take it out either because he's not taking a shot. So... Isn't it kind of weird that trebuchets can outrange walls? Like, that's the whole point of trebuchets back in the day, was to outrange walls so you could, like, safely destroy the encampments. But whatever. I mean, that is literally the entire point of siege equipment, is to destroy fortifications from a safe distance. Literally, like, that's the 101 of siege equipment. And then, like, siege equipment in this game is like, nah, you have to move close to the walls and get destroyed. And in fact, you know what the first thing in this game is that outranges walls? Not siege equipment, no, a frigate. How does that make sense? Okay, sorry. Getting a little into you know, historic and accurate representations of a game that currently has vampires running around in it. So whatever. And 6,000 volcanoes exploding. But who cares? And Saladin and Congo teaming up against Alexander the Great. You know, and Hammurabi. You know, okay, this is not a completely accurate game, Brian. Not a completely accurate game. So Alhambra, we got some wonders popping out. I'm not really paying too much attention to wonders right now because it's just like, it's annoying to actually like scroll through this, man. I'm gonna probably end up doing a hard restart of my computer again after this. I just don't know what it is. It must be the map, because we weren't having issues last time either. 100%. I wonder, you know what? I wonder if it's the better balanced start mod. Maybe. Like, you can even see how slow the units are moving, and that's what's so frustrating here, because, like, everything is just going in slow-mo because of the frame rate. And so because of that, like, it's just going a lot slower right now. So is Lahore at war with Dido? It is. This would not be a bad take for Dido. Yeah, because technically that would be on the coast of Arctica, so she would actually have full loyalty on that. And then what's great about this is she needs to throw a town up here and just start putting some loyalty pressure. All right, I think this is our spawn or our pause point here. Like, look at this. The game's paused. What the heck? All right, I'm gonna figure this out. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. So always hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we continue on with this. Let's see, who's still at the bottom? Yeah, still at the bottom, although Alexander's not that far behind. I'm actually kind of shocked that Dido is not doing better, considering she has a bunch of cities right now. She probably didn't get the religion. Actually, we still are missing some religions here. Arabia still doesn't have a religion. So Netherlands, Arabia, and Macedonia. So that means someone, Netherlands, Arabia. So it's going to be Dido eventually is going to get a religion. So that's going to help her catch up a little bit. But that's funny because Arabia just doesn't have a religion yet, because it's just so strange. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.